Hello friends, today we are going to discuss one detection technique, that is integrate and dump receiver, or it is also known as a integrate and dump filter. Objectives of today's lecture are to understand requirements of our detection techniques, to discuss methods to minimize the error probabilities. Effect of noise on transmitted signal. In general, the binary digits are encoded in such a way that a 1 is represented by a signal x2 of t, where x1 of t and x2 of t each have a duration, that is t. The resulting signal may be transmitted directly or used to modulate a carrier. A received signal is corrupted by noise. Therefore, there is a probability that the receiver will make an error in deciding whether a 1 or 0 was transmitted. So here we can see the bits are indicated or represented with the amplitude levels, that is plus A and minus A. If the bit is 1, it is represented with plus A. If the bit transmitted is 0, that is it is represented with minus A amplitude. But if due to some error, we can see here the bit, even though it is transmitted as a binary 1, then also for some time period it is showing that 0 bit is transmitted. The bit interval which is shown over here is a T. So the main job of receiver is to detect that the received signal is actually 1 or 0. So now to find out requirements of a detection techniques. The first, a detection technique must have minimum probability of error. Then it should sample the received signal in every bit interval at the instant when the signal has maximum possible amplitude. The detection method must maximize the signal to noise ratio by amplifying the signal and attenuating the noise. And the last but not the least, one of the detection techniques is used is integrator and dump circuit. Now we are going to start with one of the technique, that is integrate and dump receiver. The transmitted signal x of t gets corrupted due to noise n of t while traveling from the transmitter to receiver. So here we are going to consider input signal x of t and the noise which is added, that is n of t. This noise is assumed to be additive. So it's additive white Gaussian noise, that is AWGN. The integrator which we are going to use in this circuit is supposed to integrate the noisy signal only over one bit interval t. Therefore, just at the beginning of each interval, the dump switch switch 1 is closed momentarily to discharge the capacitor C completely. Now we can see the circuit for the integrate and dump filter over here. Here we can see a summer circuit where the input which is applied x of t, a signal, and the noise is added, that is white Gaussian noise over here. So if you see, the output of this circuit is a noisy signal x of t plus n of t. That is applied to the integrator over here. And then this is given to a sample and hold circuit. And then we are going to prove that how we are going to record our signal without noise. So a complete circuit diagram for the same is this. Here we can see input signal is given to the a summer circuit, and then one more input, or we can say a noise will get added into this n of t. So the noisy signal will be applied basically to the integrator and sample and hold circuit. So in the previous block diagram we have seen that is one block which is considered, that is integrator. We can see the circuit for the same over here. So the noisy signal is given to the integrator over here. Here we can see a switch which is known as a dump switch SW1 and the capacitor, and one more switch we are having, that is switch 2, which is known as a sample switch over here. So sampling will be done for 1 bit duration. After that the output will be available at this point, which is known as a VO of t over here. So here first the noisy signal will be integrated and then it will be sampled for t duration and then we will be getting our output back. Now here the integrator, as we have seen, that is it's supposed to integrate the noisy signal only over 1 bit interval t. Therefore, just at the beginning of each interval or each bit interval, the dump switch SW1 is closed momentarily to discharge the capacitor C completely. Thus, voltage on the C at the beginning of each interval is 0. This will ensure that the voltage on this capacitor will not be dependent on the previous bit intervals. The dump switch SW1 is then left open for entire bit duration T. The capacitor then charges linearly. At the end of each bit interval, the sample switch, that is SW2, is closed momentarily to sample the integrator output. Now we can see the integrator output is maximum at the end of each bit interval. Hence, the second requirement mentioned in the detection technique requirements will be satisfied. The sampled output is then used for making a decision of whether a 0 is received or 1 is received. Now, at the beginning of next pulse duration, the switch SW2 is open circuited and SW1, that is dump switch, will be closed to discharge the capacitor. Mathematically, we can see the output of the integrator as well as the output of the sample and hold circuit also. This receiver is called integrator and dump receiver because it uses an integrator and a dump switch SW1 across the capacitor to abruptly discharge the capacitor voltage after each sampling. Here we can find out the integrator output, that is VO of t, nothing but 1 by RC integration 0 to t x of t plus n of t dt. We can solve this separately by taking the integration of the first term x of t, similarly the integration of second term, that is n of t. We can separate this or we can rewrite this as a xo of t and this as a no of t. Now, assuming the x of t, the amplitude, that is plus a, we can get this, that is 1 by RC as it is, 0 to t integration, and x of t, instead of that we can write that is a dt over here, as we assume x of t is a. And now for noise it will be as it is. Now here we can find out, if you take the integration over here, you will be getting t over here. So if we solve this, output voltage will be AT RC, that is time constant tau plus NO of t over here. So this is the output of integrator. Now from the graph also we can show this. The signal output voltage is shown over here and the noise output has been shown over here. So this is XO of t, that is signal output voltage, whereas NO of t is a noise output voltage. XO of t and NO of t represent the instantaneous signal and noise voltages at the integrator output, whereas we can see that is XO of t and NO of t represent the sampled versions or sampled values of the output voltages. Here we can see XO of t and NO of t also, which will represent the sampled values of output voltage and noise voltage respectively at the end of each bit interval t. This receiver is called, as we have seen, that is integrate and dump filter or dump receiver. The sample switch here which is used, that is SW2, is momentarily closed at the end of each bit interval in order to make the integrator output available to the user over here. So here we can see that is the input and output voltage over 1 bit duration. If the input voltage is x of t, that is with plus a amplitude, as we have seen, Here switch 1 will be closed, and after this switch 2 will be closed at bit interval, that is t. At the same time, we can find out the output voltage over 1 bit interval, that is this much, sampled value of integrator. Now we are going to find out SNR, that is signal to noise ratio of integrator and dump receiver. Now we need to follow some steps over here. The steps to be followed are: the first, obtain a normalized signal output power. Then obtain the output noise power, and the last, that is obtain the expression for signal to noise ratio. So we'll go one by one. We'll see first the step 1. We'll complete that. We'll obtain the normalized signal output power over here. Now to obtain this, we need to find out the output of integrator, which can be expressed as VO of t is equal to 1 by RC integration x of t n of t dt. That already we have solved this term. What we are getting now, that is this whole term will be represented at XO of t, and this will be represented at NO of t. We can see that is XO of t is output signal voltage, whereas NO of t is the output noise voltage. Now we can solve this separately again. XO of t, that is output signal voltage, if you consider 1 by RC integration 0 to t x of t dt. Now if we consider x of t is equal to plus a for the interval 0 to 2, XO of t is equal to what now? 1 by RC 0 to t a dt. Now we can find out the integration of this. We will be getting this AT divided by RC. Now RC is a time constant. So we have solved this already. That is XO of t is equal to AT divided by tau. Now we can find out the normalized output signal power also, which is XO square t. So the square of this S square t square tau square. So this is the normalized output signal power. So now we have completed the main thing, that is we got a normalized output signal power. Now the second step is to obtain the output noise power. So as discussed earlier, average normalized power of a signal is given as P is equal to integration minus infinity to infinity S of f df. That is nothing but power spectral density or PSD of the signal. Now applying the same concept to the output noise voltage NO of t, we can rewrite this, that is average normalized noise power, that is integration minus infinity to infinity SNO of f df. Whereas SNO, that is PSD of output noise. Now average normalized noise NO square t, that is mean square value of NO of t. The mean square value of NO of t, that is noise, is my integration minus infinity to infinity SNO of f df. If you find out, you will be getting SNO of f. It is nothing but HF magnitude of HF square into SNI of f. That is standard result we know. Whereas H of f is a transfer function of an integrator, and SNI f, it is a PSD of input noise. The square transfer function, this of an integrator, you can write sine square pi ft divided by pi f tau square. And assuming that the input noise N of t is a white Gaussian noise, we can easily write that PSD of white Gaussian noise is nothing but NO by 2. The SNR of integrator and dump receiver, that is here again we can find out SNO of f, that is nothing but by putting the SNI of f and HF square here, you will be getting this equation, and ultimately this is mean square value of noise. Now substitute pi f tau is equal to y. So we can write this pi ft is equal to yt divided by tau. So pi y df, it is equal to dy. Okay, substituting these values into the equation, we can find out NO square of t, that is mean square value, NO by 2, integration minus infinity to infinity sine square term dy by pi tau. So if you solve this at the end, you will be getting this term NO by 2 t square pi tau cube integration sine square term. Now we can substitute yt of tau is equal to x, and definitely t by tau dy is equal to dx. And so dy is equal to tau by t dx. So after substituting all this, we'll be getting this term again, not divided by 2 pi tau square integration sin x divided by x square dx. As the function inside the integration in the above equation is a squared sine function, we can change the integration limits as follows, like 2 times 0 to infinity over here. And then we can replace this pi by 2 and we'll be getting at the end, that is output noise voltage, that is NO T divided by 2 pi tau square. The output signal to noise ratio, by getting all the previous equation, we can find out 2s square t square divided by NOT. That is SNR is equal to 2s square t divided by NO. The SNR can be improved here by increasing the bit duration t, and it is dependent on s square t, which is the normalized energy of the signal. This is required expression for the SNR at the output of the integrator and dump receiver. Now the probability of error we can find out here. P is equal to 1 by 2, 2 by under root of pi integration, that is from under root of s square t divided by NO to infinity e raised to minus x square dx. The integration inside the bracket, it is called as a complementary error function, as we have seen, that is ERFC. Now we can rewrite this and we can replace s square t is equal to E, that is signal energy of a bit during t. So the error probability of integrate and dump filter, we can rewrite 1 by 2 ERFC under root of E by NO. The maximum value of integration E by NO is 1. Therefore, the maximum value of P is half. Thank you.